So for this circle, if you take the distance of the center O from any point on the circle, say P, and let's say we call this R, then this R is called the radius of a circle. Called the radius of the circle with center O. Okay. And if you know the radius of a circle, you can find out the area of a circle with the help of this formula. Area is equal to pi r square. You already know this, where pi we usually take as 22 by 7, or we take this as 3.142, or sometimes 3.14 also. Okay, remember that pi is an irrational number, but in order to make it, in order to work with pi, we make it a rational number and then work. Okay, but pi is actually an irrational number. But anyway, we'll deal with that a little in higher classes. Okay, uh, so this was the area of a circle, pi r square. Circumference, or the perimeter of a circle. The circumference or the perimeter of a circle is 2 pi r. Okay, again, where pi is 22 by 7 and r is the radius of the circle. Okay, so these two formulas you have already done. Okay, now the question is, what if the area of a circle is given and you have to find out the circumference? Or if I give you the circumference of a circle and if you have to find out the area. In either cases, whether area is given and you have to find circumference, or circumference is given and you have to find area, in either cases, you will first have to find out the radius. Once you get the radius, then you can find out the other unknown quantity. Suppose area is given to you and you want to find out the circumference. So from the area, you find out the radius and use that radius in this formula to find out the circumference. That is how we calculate the that is how from area circumference is calculated, or circumference from area is calculated. The first example deals exactly with this problem. Here the question is, find the circumference of a circle whose area is 144 pi centimeter square. So clearly area is given to be 144 pi. Okay. So also we know that area A of a circle is pi r square. So therefore pi r square must be equal to 144 pi. Okay. So from this we can calculate the value of r. So we calculate the value of r as 144 pi by pi. So here pi and pi cancel. So you simply get 144. So therefore r is the positive square root of 144, which is 12 centimeter. So you see here that from the given area we have calculated the radius. And now from this radius we can calculate the circumference. So therefore circumference, if we call C, is equal to 2 pi r. Okay. Since the value of pi is not given, and also what you see here is that the circumference is given in terms of pi. Uh, in fact, the area is given in terms of pi here, 144 pi. Okay. Therefore, we shall express the circumference also in terms of pi. We will not put pi is equal to 22 by 7 or 3.142. So what you do here is 2 into pi, and you put the value of the radius as 12. So what you get here is 24 pi.
Morning,
And the
sir.
money. What is the unit of this circumference? The unit of this circumference is centimeter only. Okay. Let's move on to the next uh, type of problem. which deals with circular rings. Now, the circular ring is very important as far as your this thing is concerned, mensuration problems on circles, especially because we shall use the circular ring in your class 10 also in for cylinders and spheres also. Okay, so for three-dimensional objects also we use this area of circular ring. So remember, circular ring is a very important concept. Now, what do you mean by circular ring? Circular ring consists of two concentric circles. Now, what does concentric circles mean? Concentric circles means two circles that have the same center. Suppose you have this circle and you have another circle like this. Okay, these two circles have the same center. Okay, so a circular ring consists of two circles having the same center. The circle that is inside, say, has a radius small r, and the circle that is outside has a radius, say, capital R. In such a case, the area of this circular ring is this shaded part. And what is the area of the circular ring, this shaded part? It is the area of the outer circle minus the area of the inner circle. So area of the circular ring shaded part is equal to area of the outer circle minus area of the inner circle. So area of the outer circle minus area of the inner circle. What is the area of the outer circle? It is pi
I
capital R square.
R capital R.
And area of the inner circle is pi small r square.
Small r
Small
square.
So if you take pi common, you get pi capital R square minus small r square. That is what the area of the shaded part is. Okay. Now you will remember this formula, that area of the circular ring is pi capital R square minus small r square, instead of deriving the formula each time, because we are going to require this formula later on also. Okay. The next problem deals with the circular ring. So let's see what this problem says. The area of a circular ring enclosed between two concentric circles is 286 centimeter square. So the area of the shaded part is actually given to you here. Okay, which is 286 centimeter square. Find the radii of the two circles given that the difference is 7 centimeter. Okay, you need to find out the radii of the two circles given that the difference of the radii. What do you mean by difference of the radii? What do you
So
mean by
capital
difference?
R minus small r.
Yes, capital R, the larger radius minus the smaller radius.
small
That's what the difference of the radii means. Okay, so let's say if you have two circles, concentric circles with center O, and if I call the outer radius as capital R, the inner radius as small r, we need to find the value of capital R and small r. And here, the area of this shaded part has been given to you as 286. Yes, 286 centimeter square. This area is given to you as 286 centimeter square. Okay. So, and what is given to you here is the difference of the radii. That means capital R minus small r is equal to I think 7. Yes, it is given to you as 7. We call this 1. Okay, and also what is given to you is area of the shaded part is equal to 286 centimeters square. So what you do here is we start by saying area of the shaded part is equal to 286 centimeters square. And what is the area of the shaded part? It is pi capital R square minus R square is equal to 286. Okay. So now what you do here is put the value of pi. Now normally see here it is given to you, take pi is equal to 22 by 7. Normally in most of the questions, 90% of the questions, it will be given to you to take pi as 22 by 7 or 3.142. If it is given to you as 3.142, you cannot take the value as 22 by 7. You cannot take the fractional value. You have to take the decimal value and work with the decimal value. Okay. Although the values are same, yet if in the problem it is given to you, remember this very carefully, that if in the problem it is given to you, take the value of pi as 3.142, you will take it as 3.142. You will not take it as 3.14 or 22 by 7. If it is given to you, take the value of pi as 22 by 7, you will not take it as 3.142 or 3.14. You will take it as 22 by 7. Okay, remember this. So since it is given, so we'll take 22 by 7. And this r square minus r square is the difference of two squares. So I can write this as a plus b into a minus b. So r plus r into r minus r is equal to 286. Okay. Next, you can multiply this or you can put the value here. You know r minus r is given to you as 7. Okay, so you can put the value 22 by 7 into r plus r plus r into r minus r is given to you as 7 equal to 286. So you can cancel this out, this 7, and you are left with only 22 times r plus r is equal to 286. So therefore r plus r is 286 divided by 22. Okay, now this we can cancel with 11, 11 2 and 11 6, 11 2. Now it cancel with 2. So you get 13. That means you're getting r plus r is equal to 13. So you call this equation number 2. Now you see this is equation number 1 and this is your equation number 2. We shall solve these two equations to get the value of capital R and small r. Now how do we solve? Elimination method, add and subtract. R plus R is equal to 13. R minus R is equal to 7. Adding. This will cancel. We get 2R is equal to 20. That means R is equal to 10 centimeters. Okay, in order to get the value of small r, you need to subtract the equations. So again, you rewrite r plus r is equal to 13, r minus r is equal to 7, subtracting, change the signs. This will cancel. So you get 2r is equal to 13 minus 7 is 6. That means r is equal to 6 by 2. It is equal to 3 centimeters. So you got the value of the radii, capital R and small r. Okay, so that is what they are. That was what was asked of you in the question. Um, Next, we come to the concept of semicircle. Now, what do you mean by a semicircle? A semicircle is a half circle. Okay. In fact, any uh, the in the circumference, the length of the circumference, any small part of the circumference, if you consider any small part of the circumference, if you consider, then that is called an arc of a circle. For example, if I have this circle, and if I consider this any point on the circle, I take A, and any point on the circle here, I take B. You see this length here. You see for this length, this curved length. It has a certain length, isn't it? This length is called the arc of a circle. This is called arc of a circle. Okay. And what do you call this EB? We denote this as EB, and you give a curved line like this over AB. That means arc AB. That means we are talking about this arc AB. Okay. And remember, you can also say that if I'm talking about this arc, there is another arc here, right? This length, there's another arc. This actually, the red one, the red length that I have marked is called the minor arc AB. So that is why what you do here is when we are talking about the length that I have shown you in red, we say minor arc. When we are talking about the blue uh, length, then we say this to be the major arc AB. Okay, we write this as this, or we can also write this as minor arc AB, and write this as major arc AB. So either you give a curved line on top of AB, or you simply write arc AB. Okay. So I hope you understood the difference between major and minor arc. Okay. Now, if I take half the arc of a circle, coming back to a definition of uh, semicircle, if I take the half the arc of a circle, only half the arc, this is your center. If I take only half the arc, this is your diameter. Okay. Any line passing through the center is called a diameter of a circle. The line segment, this AB, is the diameter of a circle. If I take half the arc, only this part, then this part becomes my semicircle. Okay, this is one semicircle, and this is the other semicircle. Okay, so now if I take the radius of this semicircle, only say the red portion, if I take the radius of the circle uh, as r, then what should be the area of this semicircle? Area of the half circle or semicircle. What is the area of a total circle? Pi r square. So therefore, since semicircle is half the circle, so area of semicircle will be
Half pi
half
r square.
pi r square. Okay. And next, area of, in fact, the length of the semicircular arc. Now you see this arc that I have marked here. What is the length of this arc? Length of the semicircular arc.
Sir, half
Half
circumference. Sir, half circumference.
Higher.
Half of length of the entire boundary of the circle. That is half
Yes,
of the
sir.
circumference of the circle. So half of
Pi r.
circumference is 2 pi r. So this 2 will cancel. So ultimately you get
It will be pi r.
pi r only.
Pi r.
Now remember there's a difference between length of the arc and the perimeter of a semicircular uh, region. Now, okay. Now what is the difference here? See, the difference here is that suppose if I have a semicircle, if I have a semicircle with center O, okay, and if the radius of the semicircle is say r, okay, so OA, the length of OA is r and the length of OB is r, okay, radius of the semicircle is r. Now the question is what should be the perimeter of the semicircle? When I talk about the perimeter of the semicircle, it means the length of this arc AB
R plus the
and
diameter.
the length of this straight line also, this diameter AB. Okay. So when I'm talking about the perimeter of the semicircle is equal to length of the
Sir,
arc AB. Yes.
sir, here we don't see circumference.
Circumference normally we refer to the when the entire circle is there. Okay. And normally when we are talking about part of the circumference, any part, whether half or one fourth, we refer it as an arc. We call it a semicircular arc or the we call it the quadrant of a circle. Okay, quadrangular arc. Okay, that is what we call it, quadrangular arc or something. Okay, so that is what
Okay, sir.
we talk about. We can talk about very small arcs also. Okay, we talk about major arc, minor arc, but when we talk about the circumference of a circle, we mean the entire circle, the entire length. So perimeter of the semicircle is length of the arc AB plus length of the diameter AB. And what is the length of the arc AB? We have already found this to be pi r. This is pi r. And what is the length of the diameter? 2r. So now if you take r common, you get pi plus 2 into r. Okay. So that is what is the difference. So remember, when I talk about length of the semicircular arc and when talk about the perimeter, they are two different things. Do not confuse them. Okay. Next we come to the concept of quadrant of a circle. Now, what do you mean by quadrant? When we talk about a semicircle, we are talking about half circle. When we are talking about quadrant means quad in English means four. So when we are talking about quadrant of a circle, we mean one fourth of a circle. Okay. So when we talk about quadrant of a circle, we mean one fourth of a circle. Let's see how we draw a quadrant. You have circle with center O. You have two perpendicular diameters. Remember, two perpendicular diameters, not any diameter, but two perpendicular diameters. We call the center O. Two perpendicular diameters, we call it AB and CD. So two perpendicular diameter, then each part here is called a quadrant. This is a quadrant. Okay. This is a quadrant. This is a quadrant. And this is also a quadrant. So two perpendicular diameters divide the circle into four quadrants. Okay. So that is why 1/4 of a circle is called a quadrant. Okay. So now let's see how a quadrant, how we work with quadrants. So this is our quadrant of a circle. Okay. 1/4 of a circle. The center O, and let us say the radius is of the circle is R. Here, if I say this is my radius, all these are R. Okay. Now the question here is, what should be the area of, let us call this point A and let us call this point B. What should be the area of this
1
quadrant?
by 4 pi r
1 by 4?
square pi r square.
Area of the quadrant of a circle is, since it is 1/4 part of a circle, so 1/4 into the total area. What is the total area? Pi r square. So area of the quadrant of a circle is 1/4 pi r square. Next, length of the arc of a quadrant. Length of the arc of a quadrant. Now, what do you mean by length of the arc of a quadrant? Length of the arc of a quadrant. This is your arc here. This length AB is
Wait,
the length of the arc. Okay.
half pi
So
r.
this is again
Half pi
one
r.
fourth of the total perimeter or circumference. 1/4 of 2 pi r. So these two cancel. You simply get half pi r. Now we talk about the perimeter. Perimeter of this. Perimeter of quadrant of a circle. Of the quadrant of a circle is equal to length of the arc, length of the arc of the quadrant plus what length? This OA
Sir,
and this
2r.
OB. Let us write OA plus OB. So length of the quadrant is, we have length of the arc of the quadrant is half pi r
Half pi r
and
plus
r
2r.
plus r. So what you get here is 1/2 pi r plus 2r. Now you can write it in various forms. You can take the LCM here. You get pi r plus 4r by 2, and you can take r by 2 common, and you can write it as pi plus 4. The point that I'm trying to make here is that you just need to remember the area of a circle and the area of a semicircle. In fact, the area of a circle, if you remember, you can find out the area of a semicircle and a quadrant also. If you remember the circumference of a circle, you can find out the length of the semicircular arc, and you can find out the perimeter of the semicircle also. Okay, and also you can find out the area of a quadrant and the perimeter of a quadrant and the length of the arc of a quadrant. Okay, so the point, you don't need to actually remember all these formulas. If you can, I don't have any problem, you can remember, but actually you don't need to. If you simply remember the way I have calculated these, okay, the way I have calculated the area of quadrant, length of the arc, and then perimeter of quadrant, if you know how to uh, calculate these, you won't need to require to memorize the formulas. You only need to remember this, that the circumference is 2 pi r and the area is 144 pi. Uh, sorry, I'm sorry. Area is pi r square and the circumference is 2 pi r. Okay, not this. Okay, so these two, if you remember, you can derive, in fact, all the formulas. Okay, that is what is required. And I think I have given you some examples also on semicircle and quadrant, which I will not discuss today, but I will discuss tomorrow. Okay.